Giants fans, the first day, round one of the 2022 NFL Draft is over, and I got a quick question for you before we get into my Giants day one grades. Let me know, who do you think was a better pick for Joe Schoen and the Giants? Was it Kayvon Thibodeaux? Go down and type KT in the comment section. Or if you think Evan Neal, the offensive tackle out of Alabama, was a better pick, go down and type EN. Welcome into New York Giants. Now I'm clapping it up. Joe Schoen, if I was wearing a hat, I'd take it off. Hats off to you. Dave Gettleman could never. If you want to go down in the comment section, type FDG, F Dave Gettleman. It's all fair game because we need to start building the statue for Joe Schoen after what he did with picks 5 and pick 7 in the 2022 NFL Draft. I'm pumped up. This is honestly probably the most happy I've been after an NFL Draft being a Giants fan in a very long time. I don't remember ever being this happy after a draft. And when you get a guy like Kayvon Thibodeaux at pick number 5, someone who just a couple of months ago, before the NFL Combine and before the draft cycle really got going underway, he was the unanimous number 1 pick in the NFL mock drafts that were going around. He was the number 1 player coming out of high school, out of California, went to Oregon, 6'4", 254 pounds. Last year, 49 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. On the Chat Sports Big Board rankings, he was the number 5 overall prospect, and he goes number 5. He was the number 2 overall edge rusher, right behind Aiden Hutchinson. His burst is incredible. He's a naturally gifted athlete. He reminds me of someone like Dwight Freeney off the edge with the first step quickness. He's smart. And he has a strategic mind both on and off the field. Some people, don't like it that he's about his brand, but when you're coming out of college in the NIL, time of life, you got to be about your brand. And he's great against the run and the pass. That's what I like about him the most. This is someone that's going to be a 3-down player for the Giants day one of the 2022 NFL season. He honestly reminds me of a better Jadeveon Clowney. He actually called himself Clowney Jr. He didn't have the elite sack numbers at Oregon, but he was always in the backfield. He was a disruptor. A lot of QB hits, a lot of QB pressures. He's great in the run and the pass game. 6'4", 254 pounds, a 4.58 40. He does have some things to work on, though. His pass rush moves need a little bit of work because he won so easily in college with just his strength and his sheer speed and athleticism. That's going to work in the NFL some, but you also got to have a bag full of pass rush moves, and I think he's easily going to be able to develop those types of moves. But the question leading up to him being and why he kind of was slipping in draft boards, does he want to be great? Is he a hard worker? Does he want to be the best version that Kayvon Thibodeaux can be? And I believe he does. When I go back and watch the film, I don't see a guy that takes off plays. I see a guy that has a high motor, wants to make plays in the backfield, and that's what he's going to do for the New York Giants in a front 7 and a defensive front that looks like this. You got to be happy if you're the New York Giants. Look at this. Kayvon Thibodeaux, Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, and Azeez Ojulari. Those are 4 big-time playmakers to have on your defensive front. Quincy Roche, he was good as a rookie. Ellerson Smith, we don't know what he's going to be. He was a 4th-round pick last year. I think you need a better nose tackle. I think Lawrence could actually slide to that spot. So you need another interior defensive lineman. But Thibodeaux, Williams, Lawrence, and Azeez Ojulari, that's a great start for the Giants and Wink Martindale to work with when the 2022, wow, I can't even speak. I'm so excited. The Giants, they're going to be looking great on the defensive side when that NFL season starts. But grade the Giants' first-round picks for me. Grade the draft so far for the Giants, A, B, C, D, or F. Get in the comment section. Let me know. Get out your red marker, A, B, C, D, or F. And while you're down there, go down and hit that big red button and turn on those notifications. Because, look, we're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers ASAP, as soon as possible. We got a little over 500 to go. And if you're wondering why you would subscribe to the channel, maybe this is your first time clicking on a video, look, we do free daily videos every single day around the latest Giants news, rumors, anything around the Giants under the sun. We're breaking it down on this channel, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. June and July, they're right around the corner. There's not a lot of stuff to talk about, but we'll still put out a video every single day. So hit that sub button, turn on your notifications, and lock us in, youtube.com youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. With the 7th pick, the Giants selected Evan Neal, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. He is a mammoth of a man. He is built like a brick shithouse. 6'7.5", 337 pounds. There was rumors that he was playing at 360 pounds at Alabama this past season. Played in 15 games. Didn't miss a single game in his career at Alabama. Didn't miss a single practice in his time at Alabama. So you get one of the most durable offensive linemen in the draft, someone with 34-inch arms, 10 and almost a half-inch hands, 83-inch wingspan. He is, if you could go into a lab and build an offensive tackle, Evan Neal would pop out. And the thing I love about him the most is he has over 700 reps at the right tackle spot throughout his career at Alabama, and Joe Schoen already said it. He's going to be our day one starter at the right tackle spot, and it makes a lot of sense. He's arguably the most complete tackle in this draft. I think he's probably the second best run blocking tackle and the second best pass blocking tackle, and when you put those two together, he's arguably the best in the draft, and that's why Tom Downey had him at his best tackle in the draft and the second best player in the draft. To get the second best player at pick number 7, that's a win for Joe Schoen. 40 games started, only missed one game, and it was because of COVID. This is someone that the Giants can depend on. And when you have Andrew Thomas at left tackle, Evan Neal at right tackle, for your next 10 years, Saquon Barkley's happy. Daniel Jones is happy because it's going to make life for those guys much easier. Two guys that are on the last year of their contracts with the New York Giants. They're trying to get more money, more guaranteed years in the NFL. They want to be Giants long term. And Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal, along with Mark Lewinsky, that's going to help them be better football players in the NFL and up their chances of being back with Big Blue later on in their career. What about this, though? Do you love Joe Schoen? Because I love what I saw from him in the NFL drafts from picks 5 and pick 7. He didn't reach. He didn't try to outthink and think he was smarter or the smartest guy in the room. He let the draft come to him, and he played it out very strategically. When he was there on the clock at pick number 5, he could have went Evan Neal. He could have went Ika Mekwonu. He could have went Charles Cross. He could have taken any of the tackles. But he said, you know what? We're up again, and just one pick at pick number 7. I'm going to take the best player on my board, Kayvon Thibodeaux, and that way I guarantee one of the top 2 tackles is still going to be there at 7. I love that move. I love Joe Schoen. You love Joe Schoen. Like this video. Let's start building the statue because Joe Schoen's going to put that 5th Lombardi trophy in the case in East Rutherford. Pick 36, just a couple hours away. These are some of the top prospects still on the board. Nakobe Dean. If he's there at 36 and the Giants get him on top of Thibodeaux or Evan Neal, woo! There's going to be a lot of shots going back on Giants now. Breece Hall, a good running back. I think it's a little too early, in my opinion, to take him. Then maybe you want a corner. Roger McCreary or Andrew Booth. I like Booth a little bit more, but both are still solid players. Maybe you want to go a receiver. Sky Moore, I like him a lot. He reminds me of Golden Tate. Yes, the good Golden Tate, not Giants Golden Tate. I'm talking Seahawks Golden Tate. He can win on the outside, in the slot, and he's good after the catch. I love Jalen Petrie. He reminds me of the Honey Badger. I also like Kenneth Walker. I wouldn't go that early on a running back. And I also like Arnold Ebiketie out of Penn State. But after you took Kayvon Thibodeaux, I don't think edge rusher will be a priority at pick 36. Then you got Kyler Gordon. And maybe you didn't like the other 2 corners. You go Gordon. I also like Chad Muma a lot, a sideline-to-sideline athletic specimen at linebacker. I also like George Pickens. He kind of reminds me of a little bit more twitchy Brandon Marshall, or maybe you want to go interior defensive lineman in Travis Jones. Those are the top 12 players left on our big board here at Chat Sports. But let me know, who do you want the Giants to draft at pick number 36? There's a lot of different ways you could go. I kind of lean right now. Look, if Nakobe Dean is there, you take him and you walk away as the clear draft winners in this draft. I love what Joe Schoen is doing, but let me know, who do you want to pick at pick number 36? For my grades for this draft, I give Kayvon Thibodeaux an A grade. I thought you got one of the best players in the draft. You didn't have to reach, and you got arguably the best edge rusher at pick number 5, and you played it strategically. For Evan Neal, I give it an A+. Yes, an A+. You arguably got the best offensive tackle at pick number 7. You didn't have to reach for him, and you got Evan Neal. Kayvon Thibodeaux, I give it an A grade, and then for Evan Neal, I give it an A+ grade, and for the Giants, whole first round, I give it an A grade overall. Joe Schoen, he did a hell of a job in his first draft as the Giants general manager. I appreciate everyone that's made New York Giants Now a part of their day today. If you want another way to stay up to date on the latest Giants news and rumors, it's over on Twitter. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_.